oh, this is my starting 11, and pretty much week in, week out, we're going to see the same player.
Yeah.
You know, it's going to push everybody high, having to perform every day in training, because they know if they're done, you've got someone on the bench that can step in and perform. So yeah, it's gonna be a big challenging season for everybody, and Mikel to make the right call every week with his starting 11.
Yeah. And also, if you were in Mikel's shoes, right, for this game, what would be? Oh, I think we're actually about to pass over. The guys are just walking out now. See, sorry, I got too excited.
Go on. Let's finish off.
So to finish off, right? In an ideal world, if you were Mikel, you want a 3-0 by half-time and then change the whole team 45 minutes.
Do you know what? I actually don't know what is his mind in his picture, what the time scale is for certain players, because it's all now with all the science we've got and all them monitor that they're wearing, they know exactly how many minutes each player needs in their preparation to be ready 100% next week.
Yeah.
So I don't think the results are gonna matter too much in terms of we're 3-0 up, let's just get everybody out and put a new team on.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna be like that. You've got player that needs to play 90 minutes, you've got some that needs 45, some that needs 60, so it's all gonna be related, like all gonna be done on that.
It's not as simple as we go up, we bring on the
It's
next.
not. It's not gonna be about we're 3-0 up or whatever the result is, let's take off our best player, let's take off so and so because we don't want them to get injured, or it doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, no, looking forward to it.
Yeah. I mean, the atmosphere is popping. You can probably hear through our microphones. It is about to kick off. So thank you so much, Jez, for that. We're going to be back at half-time, but now it's time to pass over to our match commentators, and that is Dan Roebuck and Nigel Winterburn. Over to you guys.
Well, there are a few better places to enjoy the afternoon summer sunshine than here in N5 today. An early August date with Athletic Club. A last chance to tune up, in public at least, for the campaign ahead. Not just pre-season practice on the agenda, though, but the Emirates Cup, a now well-established curtain raiser to the Gunners footballing year. Mikel Arteta's side have posted a mixed bag of results over the course of the last month. Impressive in Asia against Milan and Newcastle, a slip versus Spurs before losing to Villarreal at home in midweek. But now an opportunity to end the summer on a high with a win over Athletic Club. The La Liga side's friendlies have been a little fraught, just a solitary success with 5 straight losses coming into today's game, including a double defeat to Liverpool most recently. This a 14th edition of the Emirates Cup. Arsenal aiming to win the honour for the 9th time and the 4th on the spin. Let's check out the teams for you. Well, Mikel Arteta has made 6 changes to the starting lineup from the midweek loss to Villarreal. Jurriën Timber, Gabriel and Ricardo Calafiori come in for Ben White, Jakub Kiwior and Mars Lewis Skelly in defence. It's all changing midfield as Christian Norgard, Mikel Merino and Ethan Nwaneri make way for Martin Zubimendi, Declan Rice and Martin Odegaard. Max Dowman is not in the squad as he's been given some belated time off. As for Athletic Club. Well, right back, Jesus Arezzo, new signing from Osasuna for €10 million starts, but fellow summer capture right winger Robert Navarro from Mallorca is only on the bench. Iñaki Williams skippers the club, while younger brother Nico, a much coveted Spanish international winger, also starts. He shut down speculation about his future recently by penning a new deal with Athletic Club this summer. 8 days away from facing Manchester United at Old Trafford. Mikel Arteta's side will be aiming to go one better than last year, and the season before that, and the season before that, in terms of Premier League position. Ernesto Valverde, an old friend, of course, and won his lots horns in his managerial career with Arsenal just once previously when he was a coach at Olympiacos. He came to Emirates with the Greek champions of the time, but saw his side beaten here, but did manage to beat Arsenal in the reverse game in the group stages over a decade ago. Athletic Club will be back in the Champions League next season after finishing fourth last campaign. Made the semi-finals, of course, of the Europa League last term before being knocked out by Manchester United. Arsenal have got some new recruits, as we know. Victor Gyökeres, a brief glimpse of their 39 goals in 33 appearances in the Portuguese league last season. This is a step up, but every single time we've seen him play in the Champions League, the Swede oozes quality, as does Martin Zubimendi. Playing against an old foe today, he was part of the Real Sociedad side that defeated Athletic Club in the 2021 Copa del Rey final. So get set for a start. Robert Jones is our match day official, a Premier League referee, of course. Arsenal in familiar red and white against the side from Spain. So here we go, final game of the summer, our last chance to fine-tune fitness and tweak tactics ahead of the big kick-off next Sunday. You're with Dan Roebuck and Nigel Winterburn. Nigel, obviously, in terms of Premier League points, there is nothing up for grabs here, but this is the last chance for Mikel Arteta to maybe fine-tune some tactics and take a look at his side in public before the big kick-off at Old Trafford.
Yeah, well, we're thinking, Dan, that this could be the starting lineup for next week's encounter against Manchester United. Some of the players haven't had a lot of game time either through that pre-season period, so it's important to build up that fitness in a competitive game and also see some passage of play from the new players.
This is Arezzo for Athletic Club, looking to find Nico Williams inside the penalty area. Rice, with the aid of Calafiori, managed to clear, and now Gyökeres looking to turn. Well, the Arsenal fans are getting behind the Swede from minute one, as you would imagine here, and it's a yellow card in a friendly. What, 65 seconds in? Well, the referee, Robert Jones, is setting the standard.
Well, I mean, it was quite a cynical foul, wasn't it? I mean, I think initially Gyökeres was looking to go in behind, but the ball was played a little bit short. He showed great body strength, then went for the turn and was just hauled to the ground. I mean, I suppose the referee could take a bit of leniency, but I suppose what he wants is to referee it really to Premier League standards, and under those rules, it's a booking.
He looks a bit of a bully, doesn't he, Gyökeres? We know how good he played against Arsenal for Sporting. Sure, he was on the losing side in the Champions League, but a player with a lot of quality. He has come on leaps and bounds from those Brighton days. Scored a lot of goals at Coventry, as we know, but it's at Sporting that he really did spring to prominence. Great to see Gabriel back fit as well, alongside Saliba. Obviously, didn't complete last term, the big Brazilian, because of a serious and significant hamstring injury, but very much alongside Saliba, part of the meanest defence in Premier League football last term. Rice. Saliba. Hassled and harried by Unai Gomez. A little bit more expected maybe of Athletic Club in this game. They were beaten in a double-header by Liverpool most recently, 2 games on the same day. 2 very different 11s, of course, as there was heavy squad rotation from both clubs. They will expect to do a little bit better against Arsenal. Their season also starts next weekend as they take on Sevilla at home a week tomorrow. Saka loses out. Threaded through towards Bellinger. Now David Wright.
Yeah, what's interesting for me just at the start, Dan, is to look at the positions that Zubimendi is taking on, and also having the little runs of Gyökeres as well. And I just wonder if it's going to just take a little bit of time for the rest of the team to get used to the runs of Gyökeres, because he's always looking to spin in behind.
Saka, space to work with here. And still, Saliba for Timber. And now Odegaard. Slip through for Saka again. Cleared behind, but good movement inside the penalty area.
Yeah, lovely combination play, wasn't it? With Saka and Timber was involved, and then just sort of trying to feed that ball into the near post. It was cleared away with Odegaard on the right-hand side, flicks it through. And Saka tries to whip it across, and it's away and out for a corner, which is actually been wasted by Arsenal.
Bukayo Saka, despite missing much of last season, or at least a significant part when he was really needed because of injury, still topped an awful lot of the charts when it comes to shots on target and shots and dribbles and take-ons and so on. Such an important player, of course, for the Gunners, as we all know. Did score the winner against Milan in pre-season. Nice with a flick on. Nice Simon, who is Spanish #1. Wanted to injury issues himself last campaign. Missed 4 months because of a wrist injury, but did come back and did well enough to be named Keeper of the Year in Spain. Played in Spain's Nations League final against Portugal. The Portuguese winning on spot kicks. Timber, another player that had 1 or 2 injury issues towards the end of the season. Didn't play an awful lot this summer, but good to see him start today. Is that full-back position still up for grabs, Nigel? Do you think Ben White now fully fit?
Yeah, I think it's going to be open. I think what you want is both full-backs fit. You want to be able to rotate. There's a lot of games going to be played this season. But you want Timber, you want Ben White back at full fitness, get that competition, because we also know that if needed, Timber can go over to the left-hand side as well. I did like that combination with Ben White and Saka, but also as well, you look at Calafiori's in today at left-back, Miles Lewis-Skelly, so there's plenty of competition if everybody's fit in those full-back positions.
Injuries hit Arsenal so badly last year, as we all know. Here is Saka, controls instantly. Just to run at Leku, and still going, skips away from the challenge. Unai Simon makes the save. Well, he went for goal himself.
Well, I'm not sure if it was the right option by Saka in the end, and I only say that because he doesn't score. You know, Calafiori's, 12 yards out, could potentially get that little pullback to him, but it's a brilliant bit of skill to start with to get to that byline, then in towards the goal line. But maybe a slightly wasted opportunity for Arsenal, but brilliant switch of play, and then Saka looks to come inside, darts to the outside. He could have easily gone down for a penalty, then tries to squeeze it in at the near post.
Heavy touch that just about works out. Lecudo spreading play, and now an opportunity for Arezzo, who was signed from Osasuna, did start his career with Athletic Club. Of course, it's only the Basque region that they can pick their players from. It does stretch into southern France to a certain extent, but their pool of players that they can use has always been very small, but they always produce some very, very good players and good managers as well, as we know. Michael Williams signed a long-term deal with Athletic Club this summer. Much speculation that he was about to move away to Barcelona, or indeed to Arsenal. He was linked with his older brother Iñaki, and now club captain, of course. Skidamarcos hanging up his boots in the summer. Rice, neatly done. Martinelli keeps it in play, looks to use his pace. Ball stays in. Brazilian for Gyökeres. What can the Swede do here? Viktor Gyökeres moving inside the penalty area. Ball eventually gets away from him.
Yeah, you can just see, can't you, in here, that anticipation where Martinelli does a brilliant bit of skill on the halfway line, feeds the ball onto the left-hand side down to Gyökeres, and then you're expecting him. I thought there, actually, that once he got the defender 1-against-1, he was going to dip, come inside. Once he got inside the box, just go for the power shot across, but it was good defending by Athletic Club, and just that opportunity, the ball just skewed away, didn't it, and out for a goal kick. But you can hear, once he gets the ball, you can hear the crowd's anticipation building and building. He needs that first goal.
Look, he's a terrific player with a great goal-scoring record and was banded around, or linked with a number of clubs before choosing Arsenal. He is a player for the here and now. He's 27. And he's a player that Arsenal haven't had, really, Nigel, for a good few years. When you think about the strikers in most recent times. Oh, Timber has lost out here. Bellinger, and now Nico Williams. This is Bellinger. Can't quite get hold of that. Comfortable for David Raya.
Yeah, sloppy by Timber, trying to play out, 20 yards from goal. Lost the ball, and then in the end, it comes to Nico Williams. It's fed in, and then a shot came in, and it didn't have much power, really.
Odegaard off balance, loses out.
Yeah, Arsenal trying to counter-attack quickly, got the ball forward really quickly, and then it's played into Odegaard on the edge of the box, and just tried to overcomplicate things with Saka right next to him. He was looking, actually, I think, just to flick it inside a yard to Saka and then go again, but completely lost his balance.
Odegaard gives the ball away. He's on the move again now then. What can Martinelli do? Gets the shot away, but unfortunately always going wide. But he's such an exciting player with a ball at his feet. We know how quick he is with a ball at his feet as well, but maybe just a point to prove this forthcoming season, Nigel, because of his lack of goals last term and indeed the campaign prior to that.
Yeah, Athletic Club give the ball away in midfield. It squirts out wide to Martinelli. He's 1-against-1, isn't he? He decides to go on the outside, but inside the box, and then it's a tight angle to get your shot away and get it past Simon. There's no chance, really, and it just hit into the side netting and away. But that's what you want to see from Martinelli. You want to see pace in his game, but then also you want to see a bit of composure and picking out, if need be, the right pass at the right time to set up those opportunities.
15 goals in the 22-23 campaign, and when you set that standard, it's almost like supporters expect it every single season, and it's never that easy. Vivian towards Iñaki Williams. It bounces comfortably for David Raya. Shared the Golden Gloves, of course, last season with Matt Sells from Nottingham Forest. Did Raya for the most clean sheets in the Premier League. Diagonal for Saka to control instantly. Saka into bully his way forward. Tried to put it on the plate for Gyökeres inside the 6-yard box, but the block was there and a corner one.
Yeah, lovely switch of play by Arsenal again to Saka on this right-hand side. Does exactly the same, really, as he just did previously. Just squares up the defender, goes to look to go inside, comes outside, and again it's blocked at the near post and out for a corner.
Arsenal corner. Can we see any different this term from the last two in terms of flag kick routines? Always innovative. To the near post, is it? No, it floats to the far, but too easy for the keeper. And Simon with a fairly comfortable take. Nico Williams, left-hand side. Timber will chest it down. Saka. Calafiori. As Gyökeres and Martinelli in field. Still Calafiori. One step over and another. Odegaard lets it run. Saka. And still. The Mendy's layoff. Odegaard. And now it's with Timber if he can keep it in. Not quite. Always stretching for that one, the Dutchman.
Yeah, just having a look. I always worry when our fullbacks stay down for a little bit. Timber is struggling a little there. I think he just slipped as he went for that ball. It's a great combination play. Again, it's Saka, it's Odegaard. Mendy's involved. And then just at the end when Odegaard gets the ball, just overhits it. I'm not sure actually what Timber really did there. He just had to slide for the ball, and I couldn't keep it in, but he's got back on his feet. He's back in that right back position, but it doesn't look comfortable.
Keep our eye on Jurrien Timber. Just one or two muscle injuries here and there late last season, and obviously the previous campaign missed pretty much in its entirety because of the cruciate. But a very, very good footballer. Bit of a test up against Nico Williams today for sure. Scored against England, of course, for Spain in the Euro 2024 final.
What's interesting, Dan, is already we've seen Arsenal with lots of possession around the edge of the box. And how are they going to bring Gyökeres into the game? There's a lot of combat. Saka's got the beating of the fullback, but you can see Gyökeres is making movement. But how are they going to get that ball into him to get goal-scoring opportunities? That, to me, is going to be the conundrum.
Arezzo twists and turns and does deliver. Timber's header away. Bellingham can't connect. It's cleared. Athletic Club come again. Nico Williams once more. Lecu. Reguilón for Vivian. Now it's with Iñaki Williams. Movement once again from Arezzo. And Rice. All given away though inside the penalty area. Big chance for Athletic Club, not taken. Well, David Raya makes a comfortable save. But really, Arsenal should have been punished there. The opportunity from Ruiz de la Galarreta.
Yeah, it's a great chance, wasn't it, for Galarreta? It's Calafiori, I think, trying to play out from inside the box, but played the pass inside. It was cut out. And Galarreta, really, I mean, I'm not sure. He didn't go with any power. It almost looked as if he tried to side foot that around Raya. Was never going to score with just lacking complete and utter pace. I think that's a let-off for Arsenal.
Spanish under-21 international, played in the European Championships in the summer. And a player who certainly got some skill, but didn't really have the finishing power there. After a bright start. Game has slowed down a little bit. Big opponents had Reguilón that played in the under-21s. Beaten by England, of course, in the quarter-finals. Reguilón did score in the group stages against Romania. Mikel Arteta looking on. He knows it's a big season. Arsenal have invested heavily this summer. There's always expectation in this part of the capital. Near misses the last 3 campaigns in the Premier League. What will it take to close the gap on Liverpool and go beyond? And Unai Simon's attempted clearance. Gets a second go, maybe fortuitously. Zubimendi does well. Timber loses out. Williams picks it up. Bellingham to his left. challenge on Odegaard. It's the 2 goals last season for Martin Odegaard. And again, expect more from him because of standards set in previous campaigns, Nigel. We know what a terrific footballer he can be.
Yeah, he's got such good quality, but at times I think this must be the way that Arteta wants him to play, because he plays very, very close to Saka. We very rarely see him coming right into the centre or even over to the left-hand side to support Martinelli. So it's just interesting then when Martinelli gets the ball. Sometimes I think he's just not got that support, so it's like a foot race. It's a one against the fullback, and he's got to go on his own a little bit. I think Martinelli at times as well needs a little bit of support. Is that Declan Rice's job? I'm supposing it really must be, but it's not the same as Odegaard. Sort of technically, I don't think Declan Rice is brilliant running with the ball. He's so powerful.
Timber intercepts, but can't divert to a red and white shirt. Lecu. Back for Chiche. And now Vivian. Adesso right-hand side. Chiche again. Brief spell at Spurs Academy a good few years ago, and a long spell at Cheltenham in England. Saliba. Saka to turn, cleverly done. Zubimendi brought it forward. Saka again. Gyökeres calls for it. So does Martinelli. Sees Gyökeres with the shot. Well, didn't quite catch it. Hit the turf, spun up, and an easy save.
Yeah, but that's the combination play that Arsenal like. Combination down the right, again, Saka to the byline. Ball's cut back this time. Gyökeres doesn't go into the goal, he pulls away. Ball's back to him, and just as he spins to hit it, just sort of hit it into the ground a little bit. It's drifting towards the far post. But Simon, the goalkeeper there, it's an easy save, but that's intelligent play by Gyökeres, because a couple of times he's gone right into goal looking for the cross across the face of the goal. Now he knows this time. He doesn't think that's going to come across. He thinks it's going to get the pullback. It does. Look, just doesn't get enough contact on it. It's a good opportunity.
As you've mentioned, sort of learning on the job as you have to learn what your teammates do, what they create, how they create, what sort of spaces to look for. You might have to tweak your own natural game a little bit more. But good players can do that. We've seen that in the opening quarter of this fixture.
Well, if I was Gyökeres, every time that Saka got the ball down the edge of the penalty area, I would be saying to myself, go to make the run in, check out. I reckon 8 times out of 10, I'm going to get that ball at my feet with a chance of a shot at goal.
David Raya for Gabriel to move away from the penalty area. Zubimendi. 11 times previously he's played against Athletic Club, only 4 times on the winning side, but does include that Copa del Rey final success a few years ago. This is the first meeting between the two clubs, even at friendly level. Odegaard for Rice. Martinelli to turn, and still in Calafiori. Might fall for Odegaard. Still Saliba. Arsenal up the ante a little. Timber sold a little short, but Saka might make it work. It was a little hurried from Athletic Club. Anywhere will do eventually with the clearance. Overrun to a certain extent in games against Liverpool when they were beaten 4-1 and 3-2 on the same night. Injury to Unai Gomez. Victor Gyökeres It's had a couple of opportunities, couple of looks at goal already in the opening quarter of this game. Much is expected because of the price tag and because of his goal-scoring record, as Unai Gomez continues to get treatment. Just back on his feet now. Percent certain how he was injured. Just 23, a fielder who's scored just one last season, but has been part of the first team squad over the last 4 campaigns, not necessarily a regular. Mikel Arteta speaking with Martin Zubimendi and Declan Rice amongst others as the boys take a drinks break here. Nigel, what have you made in the opening 23 minutes here of the Emirates Cup?
I think at times, playing out from the back, we've been a little sloppy. We've had some good combination play. Again, we're looking at into that final. We've had a great period of where we've had a left to right switch because Saka has just got the beating of Leku all day long. He's absolutely the fullback. He can just take on, he can come inside and outside. But it's still that little bit that right in the final third of creating those chances. So as much of the players we've had what Martinelli has had one shot wide, and then Gyökeres there with that little scuff shot into the ground, and then Saka against Simon when he tried to kid him and go into the near post. But that's really it.
Arsenal have had the better opportunities for sure, but Athletic Club have had the odd good move. We're going to see a change by the looks of things here, and unfortunately for Unai Gomez, it's not going to continue. But we are going to see Robert Navarro, who is a summer signing, came from Mallorca. See how he fits in for the rest of the game. Previously at Real Sociedad before a spell at Mallorca last campaign. Saliba. Gyökeres for Saka. It's going Athletic Club's way.
I just was wondering a few minutes ago with Arsenal when Athletic Club put on the full press. There's loads of space in midfield. I was just wondering whether Arsenal would drop the ball into Gyökeres. That's something that they may use in the Premier League, and they just did it there. Unfortunately for Saka, he didn't get that decision. I thought it was an Arsenal throw, but it wasn't given. But that's an option. Just miss out the forward press and just drop it in and let Gyökeres hold the ball up and play your linking play from further up the field.
Timber. Odegaard. Saka can't keep it in. It's been summer that the bigger clubs have really flexed their financial muscles. Arsenal amongst them, of course. Liverpool, the champions, have spent heavily. Manchester City got their business done pretty early. See Manchester United also dig deep. Chelsea also no stranger to splashing the cash over the last 12 months, including this summer, the new Club World Champions. A lot of expectation on those clubs, but we can only have one title winner. No doubt that Arsenal are going to be in the mix, but all important to hit the ground running. It's a challenging start to the season as well for the Gunners, as we see Calafiori just being clipped there by Danny Vivian.
Yeah, I think it was a foul by Vivian Calafiori. Made a great run in behind. Ball was played. I think Vivian was a little bit annoyed with himself, really, because he got to the ball first and then sort of lost it, and then a little push in the back. Free kick opportunity, really wide on the left-hand side for Arsenal. Let's have a look, see if we've got something different this season, a new routine.
Gyökeres with Gabriel and Timber and Calafiori all standing in offside position at the moment, but they will jump onside as soon as the ball is taken. In swinger. Another chance for Declan Rice. On corner taking duty more often than not, usually all the same style. 108 he took last season in the Premier League, 94 in swingers, very much in vogue.
Well, you know, Dan, that it's either going to come whipped in near post, looking for a glance across goal or straight into goal, or far post overload with maybe a little knockback. I mean, at the moment we are overloading the far post, so your gut feeling is it's going to come in somewhere towards the back post and beyond. But let's just have a look, see if Arsenal have got anything else that they can look at here.
And goes the signal as described. It's the top of the crossbar and bounces out. Nearly an Olympico, not quite.
Yeah, not a good corner, was it, from Declan Rice? Oh, got that completely wrong. Got an ooh from the crowd because it hit the top of the crossbar, but it's just wasted, wasn't it? Wasn't quite right.
Gabriel's header. Nico Williams. Adesso on the right-hand side. Nico Williams again. Iñaki tries to take it on. It'll spin towards Berenguer. Arsenal defend well. Martinelli after a neat touch from Calafiori. Gyökeres is calling for it. Stays onside just. Here is the Swede. And still, Calafiori. Tried to place it, but maybe just leaning back a little bit here, and he clears the crossbar.
Well, that's good play by Arsenal initially from Calafiori. Just released down the left-hand side. It was into Martinelli. Gyökeres just then lays it back, doesn't he, to Calafiori again, and side-footed it up and over the crossbar. The initial build-up and the play was really good, just the finish wasn't there.
Scored that belter against Manchester City, of course, last season. Calafiori, winner against Wolves, let's not forget, weighed in that demolition of PSV also. He can hit the ball. Calafiori back to the day job of defending. Goal kick.
Not much threat really from Athletic Club. It's all about whether Arsenal can get the ball out from the back, how quickly can they get it through the midfield, do they want to keep the ball at the back a little bit more, and then, as we talked about, that final passage, the important passage in the final third, and it looks quite comfortable for us at the moment, but they need to find that breakthrough. And you know, what you have to look at and say is it just because of the real sharpness is probably not quite there? Is that because of the workload that the team have been going through in the last few weeks? I would say yes, but as supporters, you know, we're looking for that final little bit of the jigsaw, aren't we, with new players coming in?
You always sense it's very different for us watching on than it is for players. They will have had a fairly tough pre-season schedule. I suspect there's a few days off to come this week before the game against Manchester United at Old Trafford. we think that we should be in tip-top condition straight away. Well, that's a bit awkward. Corner. Could have gone anywhere. Chiche offers apologies of sorts. Just a bit of panic here. In fact, he's Lecu, isn't he?
Yeah, he's, as you say, had a game to forget so far.
That's struggled, hasn't he?
He has struggled. But yeah, you could see, which was good for me to see, was that Odegaard was trying to make that straight pass through the back line. For we had two players running onto that then, right on the edge of the box. So that was good to see.
Rice corner, swinger incoming. Delivered towards Gabriel. Saka. Zubimendi first time, and the header! Brilliantly delivered by Victor Gyökeres to give Arsenal the lead. The first of many, we hope. Brilliantly timed run. And a powerful header to beat Unai Simon. Big Vic up and running at the Emirates. There's a celebration that we have come familiar with from afar. Now on home turf, the Swede strikes.
Well, I can tell you for sure there is one relieved centre forward out on that pitch. Zubimendi from the right-hand side, corner of the box, whips the ball in. But I have to tell you, the movement of Gyökeres is brilliant. It's only 2 or 3 paces. He steps inside the defender, pace of the ball, he just knows he's got to flick this ball towards the far post, and it drifts into the far corner. Brilliant header. Great ball into the box, first of all, but what a header from Gyökeres.
Arsenal's new man on target, and off again. Martinelli wants it. Gyökeres sees the ball ricochet between defender and attacker, and out for a goal kick.
Well, he looked early because he wanted to whip that ball in when he was clear, and he looked across, and the only player that was there was Martinelli outside of the far post. So we really had to then take 2 of the touches, and the opportunity was then gone. Really then we needed to try and get someone through from that midfield, breaking into the box as quick as they could. Just a half opportunity wasted.
Martinelli over the top and still going, puts in open play for Saka! Arsenal have 2 in the blink of an eye. Martinelli and Saka back in the old routine. The 2 wide men combine. The assist making it simple for Arsenal's star boy to slide home into an unguarded net. It's Arsenal 2, Athletic Club 0.
This is what I like to see from Arsenal. Players trying to break in through the back line. Arsenal win the ball for a long clearance. It's laid off by Gyökeres to Odegaard. Odegaard over the top. Martinelli's onto it, slips it to the side of Saka, and all Saka needs to do is roll it into an empty net. Brilliant team goal, but great movement again. I always, Dan, when I'm here with you, telling when Arsenal are at their best, they have players trying to break the back line.
Athletic Club cut open. And the La Liga side, having been beaten twice by Liverpool in midweek, and trailing by 2 to another Premier League team. Just a little sloppy from Ernesto Valverde's side. And Rice with a poor challenge and may well have injured himself in the process. Offers apologies. Just about getting up.
I'm not sure what Rice was doing there, because he's never going to win the ball. That's not really like Declan Rice. And to be fair, he's injured himself on a tackle that he was never going to win. He's just got to stay behind the player and let him play the ball backwards or sideways. Usually the decision making when Rice goes to press is really good, but I'm not sure there. It was just a lunge when he was never going to win the ball.
Vivian does well. Berenguer to switch play for Iñaki Williams. Athletic Club aiming to redress the balance a little bit. Berenguer once more. Timber in the way. Odegaard helps out and then gives it away himself. Good strength from Timber, and Berenguer trying to keep the ball in play.
Yeah, to be fair, Athletic Club look a little bit lightweight, don't they? They're not a powerful team. I think technically they're okay, but physically, I'm not sure if they can be a match for Arsenal today.
Martinelli going through the gears and the skills. Lucky beating his man. Angle not quite right. Simon pounces. Williams. Timber from whatever the niggle was earlier, just looking at Zubimendi there as well. Final 5 of a first half that took a little bit of time to click into gear. The goals under 2 minutes apart have given Arsenal a significant foothold to claim the Emirates Cup once again and finish pre-season on a high. Sure to be plenty of changes in the second period, but for now, Arsenal in the mood and in the ascendancy. Gyökeres' layoff, Martinelli for Zubimendi. Gyökeres, Zubimendi. Here's the Swede once more, Calafiori. Martinelli trying to stay on side. Athletic Club just can't clear their lines at the moment. Anywhere will do.
Yeah, just passage of play from Arsenal on the edge of the box, and in the end, Athletic Club with Vivian just hacking the ball away. They had so much pressure on their defence in this first half.
Sometimes in these Emirates Cup games over the years, sometimes the opposition might start their league a little later. They might be a little undercut and not quite ready, but they will kick off their La Liga campaign next Sunday. Had a really good season last term with that 4th place finish to secure Champions League football. They put an awful lot of effort into their Europa League campaign, the final at San Mamés, but they were knocked out by Manchester United in these semi-finals. It was a huge blow for them, but they just about kept up the gallop to finish in the top 4. As it was, the top 5 place would have got you in Spain, but this is not the side that blooded the nose of Real Madrid and Barcelona on the odd occasion over the last few years, that's for sure. Berenguer looking at Saliba rather than the ball. Zubimendi. Odegaard. Gyökeres. Gabriel for Martinelli as the two Brazilians combine. Martinelli wins another corner.
Well, it's all Arsenal, really. It has been since the start of the game. Even though Arsenal had one or two moments defensively, been a little bit sloppy, they're just in control of the game. And we were just talking about whether they could find those final passes with all the pressure that they had, and they did that. First with a brilliant header on Gyökeres, and then the little run through and the little final pass to Saka. And Arsenal put the icing on the cake for the first half with this final set play.
Short. Zubimendi back for Rice, and now for Odegaard. Gyökeres has made the move. Saka might complete the job. Fleeting moment. Athletic Club have offered little. Arsenal haven't really had to shift out of first, second gear at most. They've been good in parts. Two well-taken goals. Gyökeres' header, obviously. Really good moment for him and the supporters. Saka stays fit this season. You know that Arsenal will be competitive, very much key, but this Arsenal team just beginning to click and find a bit of rhythm, potentially. That is half-time in the Emirates Cup 2025. It's Gyökeres off the mark with a wonderful header. Terrifically timed run. And a flashing effort that flew beyond Unai Simon, and then Saka taking advantage of Martinelli's touch to guide home to make it to less than 2 minutes later. Arsenal finished the half in complete control. And at the break here in the Emirates Cup, they lead Athletic Club by 2-0.
So, half-time here at the Emirates, and it is 2-0 to the Arsenal. Jez, thoughts on that first half?
Very happy, very pleased with the first half. I thought we started well on the game on the front foot, really well for the first 15 minutes, I will say. Then I think after the tempo kind of calmed down a little bit and then picked it back up the last 15. But yeah, really impressed with the performance. Really pleased with how we're going forward much quicker. Okay. I feel that's a big difference compared to last season for me. Last season, sometimes we kept the ball for the sake of it, just to, backwards, side passes. I feel this game, we as soon as we can go forward, we try to break lines and go as quick as possible.
And we'll talk about the 2 goals very shortly, but I'm guessing a part of that is down to Zubimendi, right? You say 100%. You talk about the up in tempo and everything's got a purpose. how do you rate his performance in midfield?
I'm really impressed. Really impressed. We were sitting down together, and I just kept praising him because everything he's done in terms of having the possession of the ball. He's standing in that little pocket, but as soon as he could turn around on an angle and move forward with it, he did, which is a very difficult position to play because you don't know what's going on. You come short, you want the ball in feet between two forwards, but you don't know if you can turn with it. And the way he puts his body, he's kind of pulling it halfway so he can still see what's coming. And when he feel like, there's no one's coming, I can move forward with it, he does it.
Yeah.
And he picks his timing is perfect.
Yeah. And talking of Zubimendi, he was the one who put it on a plate for Gyökeres for our first goal just after the half an hour mark. Just before that, Gyökeres had a sort of chance on the left-hand side. He cut in, and you were saying before the game, you want him to be selfish. He wasn't selfish, he laid it off. And unfortunately, I think it was Calafiori who put it over the bar.
Yeah.
That time, very decisive, coming onto the header, and no doubt about the finish.
Listen, when we talk about striker, this is a striker finish. I'm telling you, as much as Zubimendi is a good delivery, it's a good delivery because the striker knows where to go.
Okay.
Because if you are Zubimendi, did you see him? Did you want to put it there? He'll tell you. If he's honest, he'll tell you no.
Oh,
I
whipped it in an area.
I whipped it in an area, and then hopefully my striker, who knows where, smell where the ball's gonna go, gonna cut it and be there, and that's what a striker does. That's what a real number 9 does. He cuts it in front of the defender. He's just got that intuition of where the ball's gonna end up. Cuts it before, and then the finish is just all he needs is just a little touch because the power's on the cross. And that is why you pay that kind of money for a number 9. This is the goals.
Yeah, an emphatic header to take the lead. Also, a lovely little cherry on top is the celebration as well. Everyone was obviously...
We all waited for it. He made us wait for it. He made us wait about 2-3 minutes, and then everybody's kind of, come on. And then he ended up doing it. Yeah.
I was obviously watching, me and Jez were watching together, and I kind of looked at Jez, and Jez was just watching Gyökeres do it, going like, yes! Come
on, do it for us, man, come on. So, been waiting for that.
Collectively, the whole stadium was like, yes, we finally got the celebration. So there we go, that's his first goal for the club. And then, just like London buses, Jez, we get our second by Bukayo Saka. And you know what, a wonderfully worked goal as well. The lovely ball over from Martin, a layoff from Gyökeres. Lovely touch from Martinelli into the path of Bukayo, and then a simple finish.
You know, I go back to what I said about how quick in transition we go forward now.
Yeah.
Last year, I'm not sure we're scoring that goal. We'll probably keep the ball, wait for, do a couple of passes. Now we get the ball, we look forward. Who's making a run forward? How quickly can we go to goal? Maybe because now we've got the players with Gyökeres that wants to go forward, wants to make run forward. So we might have more solution as well, but that's what I want to see. That is what I want to see. Is as soon as we well organised, everything's fine. But as soon as we get the ball, how quickly can we hit them in a counter-attack? Because we've got some super fast player going forward. You've got to utilise that. You've got to do it. Yeah.
And also, I know it's pre-season, but it's only 1 week away till the start of the season, and that level of incisiveness already, that sharp passing to score that second goal, do you think that is a very promising sign for things to come?
100%. To be honest, if you come around today and you don't know the opposition, you don't know, what day of year it is, what it is, that is a good level. That is a great tempo in terms of pressing as well. I've seen Odegaard going up and pressing with Gyökeres as a 2. And that's what we used to do, I'll say, not last season, the season before, when we used to just go and press really hard, try to get the ball and quickly hurt teams. And today, we've seen that. In the first 45, we've seen that.
For sure. And were there any other players or moments in the game that you were particularly impressed by, where you thought, you know what, going into next week, we can use this as a platform?
I've liked Calafiori going forward.
Yeah.
Obviously, different style as Miles. Miles comes in a bit more. I think Calafiori's really used his left foot and tried to overlap and help Martinelli. So I think he did help Martinelli as well, because he had somebody else with him to kind of play around defenders with, because when you're a bit on your own, you're isolated and you kind of want to have to do something on your own. having that solution of somebody overlapping or there with you, it makes a big difference.
Yeah, and he's a big guy as well. I remember before the game you were talking about, at the start of the game, sorry, you were saying to me, it's a powerful start. We look like a very powerful team. How important do you think that is? Even just like the physical presence of a lot of our players going into next week away at Old Trafford is obviously a very difficult place to go. You know.
Yeah.
How important is that physical aspect?
It's huge. Now in the Premier League, the pace of the game is all about physical ability, how quick you are, how strong, how high can you jump.
Yeah.
The game's gone, you know, I'll tell you, when I see them warming up next to me, I'm thinking, God, was I that big? No, I wasn't.
What they've been eating?
I wasn't, man. What's happened? Them players these days are just, you know, different breed. They're just like much bigger, much stronger, faster. So yeah, I think it's a massive part of the game. And as you mentioned, when you go to Old Trafford, physical ability are going to be huge. So, you know, as good as we can play with the ball, when you haven't got it, you've got to be able to get it back, and get it back, you've got to be physical. You've got to be able to run, tackle. Zubimendi today.
Yeah.
How many times got that ball back as well in that role? Yeah, very important.
Yeah, for sure. And also, with our number 9s, we kind of forget that all 3 of our number 9s, if you include Merino in that, they're very, very big guys. You know, Gyökeres, as we've seen in that first half, he's not afraid to, you know, get his arms out, protect the ball. Havertz, as we all know, is great in the air, great at bringing others into play. And Merino the same. So our 3 almost striking options are very, very physically imposing.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think Gyökeres you can see he's been a number 9 all his life.
Okay,
you can see that because the thing that he does naturally that's been taught from a kid.
Okay, yeah.
The things he does is completely different to Merino or even Havertz, who's more, you know, probably closer to a number 9 than Merino. But what he does, the way he makes them run, the way he holds the ball, the timing of coming short, that has been, you know, a number 9 for years and years and years, and it makes a huge difference in our play. It's gonna help us so much this season.
Yeah.
I'm convinced of that.
And I know players going forward, they always get a lot of the praise. There's obviously a lot of what like we are focusing on because of Gyökeres and that great header. But we have to mention the defence as well. I mean, having Saliba and Gabriel back starting together, we know how crucial a partnership that is. But the whole back 5, to be fair, thoughts on them in the first half?
Oh, yeah, listen, they haven't had a lot to do, but everything they've done was perfect.
Yeah.
The couple of times where we might have made a little mistake in midfield, don't worry, we've got it covered, it's not a problem. Which, in games, you're going to make mistake. Everywhere on the pitch, doesn't matter what position, you will make mistake at some point. Is how quickly they switch on at the back to cover it up and get the ball back, so it doesn't look like we've made a mistake. Because we get it back so quickly and we so on it, concentration 100%, it doesn't look like we've made a mistake. But there've been few.
Yeah.
There've been few made, but you've got them 2 or them 4 at the back, ready, prepared, covering up. And yeah, it just feels so much secure to know that. Another thing I wanted to point is Raya.
Do it. Yes.
Raya, couple of times I've seen him, ball went out, how quickly he wanted to come and play forward.
Yeah, it was like it was last minute of the Champions League.
Exactly, but that, I'm telling you, that is, Mikel has been working all pre-season to play quicker forward.
Okay.
And I've seen him hitting a quick, on the goal kick, hitting quick Calafiori on the left-hand side, over the top.
Yeah.
Last year, he's not doing that. Last year, he's taking the ball, he's playing it through the middle, try to make them come, and then over. But now, quickly, let's go over the spaces there. Let's go as quick as possible.
Intensity from the off.
Intensity, try to hit him in a counter-attack. When they're vulnerable, try to hit them as quick as possible.
Yeah. And the second half will be commencing very shortly, but before that does happen, I need to ask you 2 more things. For you, what do you want to see in this second half, in terms of substitutions? Do you want this team to still be playing for another 10-15 minutes and then bring people on?
I think it's all individuals. You know, as I said, Gyökeres might need, he might need more time because he hasn't played as much as the other, maybe, because of obviously what happened. But do you want to play him too much? Maybe not, you know. So maybe another 15 for him, then come off and be ready for next week. I think they're all individual and at different level. It'll be interesting to see Madueke come on, because obviously we haven't seen much of him yet. So yeah, I like to see him coming on. I like to see Ethan come on as well, because I think he's had a great pre-season. So yeah, I think we've got such a great bench and great talent. I'm excited for the second half, man.
For sure, for sure. And before we go back to the match footage as well, so far it's pretty much been plan A for Mikel Arteta. As we were saying before the game, in an ideal world we get a few goals up by half time, then he can make subs. For the second half, what do you want to see in an ideal world? It continues to be plan A. What do you want to see from this team?
Well, to be honest, the way we've played, I want to start again on the front foot, go and push on, go and press high, score the third one, make few substitution, get a rest for who needs a rest, and then get the boys on the bench as well involved, get them to do the same thing, and then just have a good second half. Obviously, fingers crossed with no injuries, because we've suffered last year from that. We don't want to start the season with any. So yeah, that'd be a perfect afternoon.
Yeah. Do you think so far it's gone pretty much to plan in your eyes? It's been a perfect evening so far, because, as you say, before the show we were talking about it's important to play well, to get the connections going, but equally for you it's important to win before the start of the season.
Yeah, 100%. As I said it at the beginning before the game, I mentioned that we need to win the game. If we can win it comfortably like we are doing at the moment, even better. Gyökeres scored, so that's even better. That's what I wanted, and yeah, let's bring that second half and just have a lovely afternoon, man.
Beautiful. I'm sure it's going to be a lovely afternoon anyway, but finishing off with an Arsenal win at the Emirates Cup would be perfect. So it's time to head back. The players are coming out, so the second half is underway very shortly, so we're going to be passing over to your commentary team of Dan Roebuck and Nigel Winterburn.
Welcome back to the Emirates, second half of the Emirates Cup between Arsenal and Athletic Club about to get underway. Alterations afoot for both teams, incidentally, as we see Viktor Gyökeres come out for the second half. Scorer of Arsenal's opener. Ben White poised to enter the fray here for the Gunners. Now fully fit, of course, after an injury-hit campaign. Ben White is on for the second half. And we've also seen alterations from an Athletic Club point of view as well. Marouane Sanadi and Mikel Vesca, two players that have come on. And Noni Madueke done so on for the Gunners. We'll confirm players that have gone off for you in just a second. Martinelli not out for the second half. It will be the Gunners to restart for us. Fury, the player to be replaced, as Mikel Arteta just rotates ahead of this second half. Underway then for this second period. Arsenal leading Athletic Club by 2-0. Madueke straight into the action after his introduction. Interested to see how he gets on in Arsenal colours following his move from Chelsea. Playing on the left-hand side. We've seen him play on the right for much of his career, but he has played on the left prior to coming to Arsenal as well. And with Timber switching to the left-hand side, Ben White is on at right back. So new look flanks. There is Ben White. Knee injury, of course, last season kept him out. Featured in all bar 7 games the previous campaign, but it was a Season to forget from a personal point of view, but thankfully now back and very much fit full selection. Going to be an intriguing battle for that right-back spot. Combination play with Saka and Odegaard. Terrific to watch when White's in full flow. Here is Saka from Odegaard's ball and White just in behind. Saka looking for White, can't keep it in, but it did take a touch, did it not, off an Athletic boot? No.
Confirmation of the Arsenal half-time substitution, number 33, Ricardo Calafiori, and the replacement number 4, Ben White.
Just unable to get to the byline without taking that heavy touch. Timber has gone down. That's going to be a free kick. What do you make of the Madueke signing, Nigel?
I quite like it, but I say the same to you every single time, Dan. Not interested in what he did at his previous club. It's what he's going to do now. What's he going to bring to Arsenal Football Club? We know he can play left, he can play right-hand side. He runs at defenders, he's got close control. He should be a good addition.
Take that as a positive from you, Nigel. Here is
it's a positive, but then I've said for many seasons sometimes when we get players, I think it's a good signing. Let's wait and see what happens. And then 6 months in, and everyone's going, it hasn't worked, has it? And you go, no, it didn't. But I think I'm positive on.
I think you really, I like.
I think give him the ball one-on-one. He's got plenty of talent.
Adesso. Timber in the way. Rice for Odegaard, and Gyökeres is on the move again. Saka calling for it. Still Victor Gyökeres. Clipped away. Rice in the way. Saka just wanted to let the ball do the work. Bellingham. Adesso. Nico Williams has come to the right-hand side. Nico Williams, one of the players that has gone off incidentally. Anouar Saladi playing through the centre, signed mid-season from Alaves. There is Nico. Clever touch from Jaureguizar. Adesso. Bellingham just ahead of Jaureguizar. Touch inside the penalty area to try and make a little bit of space here from Navarro. Well, Gabriel saw it coming. Navarro's touch enough to send the Brazilians sprawling.
Yeah, Gabriel bought the foul there, didn't he? Literally, there's a bit of a tussle inside the box. Gabriel wins the ball, and then as soon as he feels the contact, deep in his own half, left-hand side, he just goes over, gets a cheap free kick, and Athletic Club lose the pressure that they had on Arsenal deep in the Arsenal defensive half.
Luis de Galarreta, the other player that went off at the break, incidentally, the midfielder. Timber. Rice. Arsenal's start to the season fairly challenging. This has been discussed. Manchester United away from home. Quite sure how good or otherwise they're going to be after a wretched season last term, but have invested heavily. And Leeds for the first home game, newly promoted club. Liverpool away very early on. Forest are home, having had a brilliant campaign last term. Manchester City at home, Newcastle away. The fixture computer not particularly kind, Nigel, but you've got to play them at some stage, and if Arsenal can come through their opening half a dozen fixtures with a significant amount of points, that really will set the standard.
Yeah, everyone says it's tough, but the Premier League is tough. But big games early on, and if Arsenal come out with significant points, then we'll all be pretty happy.
Madueke gets the cross in.
And that's what Madueke can do, 1 against 1, gets to the byline. Didn't quite get enough lift on the cross to get it up and over to the far post, but it was having to be headed out for a corner to Arsenal.
Rice with a corner kick then for Arsenal. Gabriel penalty spot, movement far post to near potentially here, and it comes again towards the far post, and a header towards the near side, which somehow doesn't seem to get underneath. It was a difficult one. It was almost like he was dropping as he made contact. He was very close in though.
Yeah, and right behind Timber as this ball comes back across goal was Gyökeres as well, but was it Gabriel with the initial header back across the goal? Timber was underneath it, just couldn't really get anything on it, and yeah, just I think it may have been better if Gyökeres had given him a shout. He could have come across over the top of the defender and had a header from what, maybe a yard from goal.
White down. Penny for them, Mikel. Does he know his lineup for the game against Manchester United yet? I suspect he does. May well be what they went with from the off today. Might not be. Will be revealed a week tomorrow.
Well, I would suspect, if it was me, that the only 2 changes that might be are fullbacks. I think that would be the only doubt, really.
As Lewis Skelly, I would have thought, has nailed down that left-back position after his breakout year last term. Gyökeres shrugs off Bellinger. Overcooked the throw. Two to the good after 2 goals pretty much in as many minutes in the first half. Alterations for the second period. Arsenal still on top. Athletic Club not offering too much. Zubimendi neat and tidy. The assist, of course, for Gyökeres' goal. Madueke. Timber in front. Madueke. Rice for White. Saka. Zubimendi. White again. Arsenal probe away. Athletic Club stand off. Rice. White to dig out the cross, maybe. It's towards Timber. It'll fall for Madueke. Scoops it back towards the far post. And Saka ends up on the deck. Odegaard retrieves. Arsenal look to recycle. Saliba to kill towards the back post again. This time it's Madueke that just looks up and sees the ball curl away and over him. Athletic Club take their time with the throw as we watch the chance again here, Madueke.
That was a lovely ball, wasn't it, to the far post. I think, was it Timber again? Well, Saka, wasn't it, initially, on that far post. May have just got a little hand into the back. Not sure, but...
Just the one goal in the Premier League last season. Jurrien Timber scored against PSV as well, of course, in the Champions League, and that's 7-1 demolition. Jesus Cerezo to take the throw. Athletic Club with a rare opportunity to load up the Arsenal penalty area here. Quite sure about that throw. Got away with it. This is Berenguer. Curled towards Sanadi.
Well, it's wasted throw, wasn't it? Because they set up as if it's going to be... Cerezo's going to do a long throw. And it just took it short and wasted it.
Saka waits. This is White, who's offside. That's what he can offer, isn't it, Ben White? Because there's a telepathy between White and Saka, throwing Odegaard in that triangle on the right-hand side. Mikel Arteta knows that, and can, if you're given that Ben White gets to go ahead of Timber because of that. Not that Timber's not a good attacking player, but it's the way that he can pop into these areas right on the byline. We've seen it so often.
Yeah, he's got that real understanding with Saka. Saka drives inside, White goes on the outside. I mean, I've said the same, and I haven't changed my mind all the way through. I think Timber is the most aggressive fullback that we've got in the football club. On 1-against-1s, I would back him against anybody. Hence why his versatility from right back to left back can be so good in certain games.
Yeah, seen him play centre-half as well. Madueke. Rice continued his run. Gyökeres sort of lets it go. Rice runs into trouble. Referee doesn't intervene. Athletic Club will clear. Nico Williams. Those from the supporters tend to think that Rice probably just ran into the defender.
Yeah, I think there was a good little bit of combination play, wasn't it, by Madueke. Gyökeres flicked it inside to Rice, edge of the box. I think they were just wanting to see a free kick on the edge of the box to see who was going to take it. Maybe another worldie from Declan Rice.
What do we think here? Not too much in that, is
Absolutely not. No, just lost his balance, was just eased out of the play. Declan Rice, referee, although he got booed, actually made the right decision.
Danny Vivian, a Spanish international. Gabriel Saliba. Rice. A little bit more of a press maybe here from Athletic Club, then they drop off again, the forward three. Williams has been given a bit of licence maybe in this second half. Navarro staying right with Sanadi left. Alterations afoot once again for both teams. 3 changes for Athletic Club coming away. Looks like we've got a couple for Arsenal as well. Madueke. Timber. Forced towards the corner flag. The Dutchman plays it back. Gabriel has it now. Zubimendi. Rice. Zubimendi with a fast feet. Odegaard tries to scoop it through. Too many Athletic Club players in the way. Nico Williams is dispossessed, and Gabriel looks for Madueke again. Gyökeres is inside the area. Wonderful header, hits the post. So close to a second. The Victor Gyökeres. Arsenal come forward again. Saka denied, Bellinger back defending. Really good effort.
Yeah, well, it's good play by Madueke. Just spun that ball into the near post, diving header from Gyökeres. The goalie maybe got a hand to it and then onto the post. Very unlucky, but another good header.
Got a player down at the moment. Maybe time to make these alterations. Victor Gyökeres' opportunity. Sharp header that Madueke have found him. Denied by the framework of the goal, as we see changes here with Mosquera and Mars Lewis Skelly coming on. Mosquera is a really good footballer. From Valencia, we've seen the end of Timber. And Gabriel, by the looks of things here. Mosquera already getting some rave reviews for his combative and physical displays. Athletic Club also making alterations. Gurudzeta coming on, Varachabal coming on, and also Adama Waro coming on. Nico Williams, the last to be replaced here, as Varachabal is introduced, former Real Sociedad player. Interested to see how Mosquera gets on again from the bits and pieces that we've seen. It's an interesting capture, sort of low key in terms of money paid. Rice. Gurudzeta doing well initially as Athletic Club come forward again. Just to see how the newcomers do. Of course, Sunset had 1 or 2 injury issues last season, not involved today for Athletic Club, their top goal scorer from last term. Bellinger. Garthabal. Rice in the way. Chance for another break here. Perfectly placed, Madueke for Gyökeres. Saka if he can spot him, but plenty to do to work it towards Arsenal's number 7. And Simon helps Athletic Club out. On the clock. Arsenal still with the 2 first-half goals, the difference here, but have gone close to adding to their tally. Skelly always strong. Unbelievable breakout year, of course, for Mars Lewis Skelly. Nigel at left back, we saw him come through as centre midfield, didn't we, for the various youth teams, but turning into a terrific defender, isn't he?
Yeah, he's got good strength on the ball. Drifts into that inverted fullback role, drives forward with the ball. I think defensively he's got better as well. So for me, it's going to be very, very interesting to see that development continue this season.
Saliba, Odegaard. Gyökeres on the move. It's the ball that he likes into the channel. Madueke far post. Mars Louis Skelly has made his way inside the penalty area. Oh, Odegaard. He's been given the ball back. Still can't quite make it stick for Arsenal. He's won a free kick, not been given. And suddenly, Sanadi wants it through the centre, but the ball doesn't come to the centre forwards, and it's Arsenal that have it again. He's been pulled back by Bukayo Saka. It's a free kick. Taken quickly. It's a free kick. It's White, which he sees his play get away from him.
It was a little bit cynical,
Yeah, it wasn't it?
By Ben White on Leku. I think Leku is saying, well, he gave out
got one in the yellow card, didn't he, first minute?
Early on. Yeah,
Nothing since.
Nothing since. That was pretty cynical.
Rice comes into Gareth-Bale. Vivian is caught, but illegally. The Spanish sides have won the Emirates Cup previously. Valencia did it back in 2014, but I suspect that Athletic Club aren't going to repeat that trick. We've seen Villarreal and Sevilla and Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid take part previously, but not lift the trophy. Arsenal en route for a fourth straight win in this competition. That is the precursor to the Premier League campaign, from a local point of view. Bellinger, Mars Louis Skelly. Oh, just a little bit of fun. It is a yellow card for Mars Louis Skelly.
Yeah, I think that
Didn't like that one, did he?
It was a reaction, wasn't it? Foul, I think it was on Berenguer, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't like it.
It's a bit of a wild one.
Yeah, it was just a flick out again, deliberate little trip. I don't think you give the referee any options there after the ref didn't book Ben White. I think it was pretty clear that Louis Skelly was going to go in the book.
Havertz ready to come on. Arsenal's top goal scorer in the Premier League last season, despite those injury issues. Kept him out of the spring campaign. Sanadi. Skerrer close to his man, hustling and harrying, but there's space for Gareth-Bale. Bellinger to deliver. Saliba's header away. It's coming together off the ball. That's a free kick, Arsenal.
Arsenal substitution number 14, Victor Gyökeres.
So Victor Gyökeres gets 70 minutes pretty much and gets a standing ovation. His header opening the scoring for Arsenal. And if he can do something similar at Old Trafford a week tomorrow, well, instant hero status will befall him. But shows some really good movement. Took his goal brilliantly at the post with another effort. 1 or 2 other chances, and I think it's a pretty solid Emirates Cup for Victor.
Yeah, it's a good start. I mean, he's got his goal with a brilliant header, hit the post with another header. Some of his movement has been good, didn't get picked out some of the time, but that's something to work on. It was just interesting there as he made that run down the channel before he came off Gyökeres that Odegaard tried to play that longer pass through to him. So it's all about learning, getting to know what your manager wants, the runs you're going to make, your teammates trying to find you. Nice to see Havertz back as well, though.
Yeah, the injury issues with the hamstring that cost him 18 games last season. He was out for all the spring campaign from Feb through till May. Would have made a difference for sure. And it would appear that Mikel Arteta seems certain this season not to be outdone by injuries. Teams get them, you can just be unlucky. Arsenal suffered more than most last term. We all know that. But if you've got options in every position, if the worst comes your way in terms of losing players, you have got other options. Something Arsenal didn't have. Saka was out, Martinelli was out. Oh, that's Berenguer getting a bit of revenge there, and that's a little bit naughty, and he should get a yellow card himself. He won't.
Yeah, as you say.
No, maybe not yellow card offence, but
Not yellow card, but he did sort of shift his body and his knees into the back of Miles Lewis-Skelly. That was just to say, I know what you did to me on the halfway line. Just take a little bit back there, son. Had all the substitutions, haven't we, and all the games sort of dropped in tempo.
Always happens.
Yeah, you see it every pre-season.
Madueke's flick is good. Miles Lewis-Skelly cross, not so much. Mosquera battling. Spanish under-21 international, played in the Euros at that level in the summer. And regular for Valencia last season, a struggling campaign for the most part before switched manager midway through and nearly nicked a European spot in the end. Galathabal. Aregazar just on his heels a little, but Athletic Club retain possession. All over the Athletic Club player who come forwards here. The one or two opportunities. Berenguer, if he can take it down, and does. Tamari waits inside the box, and it's Navarro. Try to take it beyond. Arsenal's alterations haven't really helped the Gunners. Athletic Club having a little bit more joy. Maybe Mikel Arteta sits back down. Talked about the frustration of the result in midweek against Villarreal, the fact that it was disappointing, and said that his team were a little naive, but he wanted to make sure that they were on it today. Said he wanted to use it. Use the defeat. Try and get fired up for this one. I wouldn't suggest that they've been fired up, but potentially have been better. Athletic Club and Villarreal, in terms of the quality of the two teams, well, they finished 4th and 5th last season in La Liga. They were exactly the same amount of points. Athletic Club finishing above them on head-to-head. But no doubt that Mikel and the coach is looking for a whole manner of things that as supporters we don't really see. Rice up holding an arm, but hopefully okay. Mosquera. Zubimendi. Havertz is on the move. Cuts back inside, waits for the delivery, ball not coming towards him. Well, it's walking football at the moment. We've still got 15 minutes remaining. Can Arsenal inject a little bit of pace here?
Yeah, I'm sure the crowd would like to see another goal, because at the moment it looks like both sets of teams were wishing that the game would finish. It's, you know, the pace has really dropped. the intensity of the game, all the changes by both teams hasn't helped. In fact, Athletic Club have had more possession in terms of going forward in the last 10 minutes than they probably have all game.
Odegaard affecting the press. Won't fall for Havertz, cleared away. Luis Skelly. Saliba for Zubimendi. Havertz first time for Odegaard. Now it's with Saka over on the right-hand side. Arsenal coming forward in numbers here. Odegaard again. What about the shot, maybe? Scored a couple in pre-season, but both from the spot. That's clever. This is Saka to pull it back. Michael for Zubimendi, and now it's Havertz. Plenty of intricate play inside the penalty area in 6-yard box, but one final definitive touch to send it smashing into the net. Zanardi battles, but that's going to be a free kick.
Yeah, best bit of play for a while by Arsenal down the right-hand side. Just a combination play, and the ball is just kept in by Zubimendi, and he sort of backheels it back to Havertz. He's only really, what, 5 yards from goal, just has to turn and try and flick that ball up and past the goalkeeper. Hits Simon, isn't it, into the chest, and the chance is gone, but it's the best passage of Arsenal play going forward for a little while.
Further alterations here for Athletic Club. Two youngsters coming on. We're seeing Nico Serrano and also Jean-de Louis Susson. And Alejandro Rigomora also on. And from an Arsenal point of view, we're also going to see a change. Ethan Nwaneri signed a new deal, of course, this week. About to enter the fray for the Gunners. Saka to turn. Zubimendi, Madueke for waiting. Madueke sees his cross blocked by Garafaba. Very different type of player to Martinelli. It's creativity, something different that Mikel Arteta was looking for. Just lacked it towards the back end of last season when Arsenal really needed it. In truth, always off the pace in terms of the Premier League. That was gone a long time before Liverpool actually wrapped it up. They were clear after starting so well, but obviously with the Champions League semi-final beaten by Paris Saint-Germain, Arsenal close against the eventual winners. They're not close enough. Rice with a corner then for Arsenal. Referee just moving outside of the penalty area. Rice goes short, wishes that he hadn't, and Sanari breaks forward, and Navarro calling for it as well, but that's a poor touch. And Rice tones for the error.
Oh, it's such a bad corner. He played it straight to
He just caught it too wide, wasn't it?
And then Athletic Club tried to break, and Rice had to chase all the way back. What, 70 yards to win that ball back. Crowd actually appreciated because he got the ball back, but you could just see it was such a poor corner. Well, it wasn't even a corner, was it? It's, I don't know how to describe it. It's just a complete and utter mess.
Saka, flag is up. And Nwaneri waiting. Mikel Merino likewise. Might add a little bit of spice to proceedings. The Spaniard, 5 times booked against Athletic Club in his Real Sociedad career. 9 minutes remaining of the fixture. Serrano curls in. Ben White volleys away. And Havertz through the centre should get there first and does. Now then, Kai Havertz breaking forward. Can he finish off balance? Brilliant! Wonderful run under real pressure. Shows his class and quality to steer beyond Unai Simon to give Arsenal a 3-goal lead. Terrifically timed run, had an awful lot to do, but he did it with real panache.
I'm just asking myself where that pace came from. Lovely little flick over the top. First with Saka playing it forward onto the halfway line. And Havertz is onto it on the halfway line. He's got 2 men around him. Pulls away from the first one. He's under pressure, though, really, by the second one. Looks as if he's just going to go over, a little nudge. And then delicately just sidesfoot it across the goalie into the left corner. I think the crowd needed that, but that, for me, is a brilliant finish by Havertz. Absolutely sensational play.
Changes for Arsenal. Mikel Merino on. Ethan Nwaneri about to come on as well. Declan Rice has gone off. And Martin Odegaard also to be replaced. Huge cheer for Ethan Nwaneri. New deal penned. Another player with a breakout season last campaign, but it's Kai Havertz and his goal that has reminded everyone of his quality. And you mentioned his pace there, Nigel. Looks like he's got a little bit more muscle as well, maybe.
He's definitely got a bit more muscle.
You know, he's been in the gym a little bit, do you think?
He certainly has been in the gym. But just showed good pace to get between the 2 defenders and stay there, leaving them with a little nudge in the back, just composed himself, and then just rolled the ball past the goalkeeper into far corner.
Yeah, brilliant goal. Athletic Club looking to respond. Garabal. Navarro. Garabal again, spinning away from the 3 inside the box in Athletic Club colours. De Luis. Rego. The players who played for the B team in the regional leagues for Athletics B side last term. Youngsters that have come on here for a bit of experience. Serrano through the middle. Saliba for David Raya. And Mosquera. Nwaneri dropping into that inside right position. Saka. Nwaneri goes again. Yeah, the referee's just going to hold play here. Saka got one in the face.
I think by his own player, if I'm not mistaken. Let's just have a look at that.
A little bit of friendly fire, wasn't it?
Yeah, Ben White just with a little, as the ball's coming down out of the sky. I think they're both having a little laugh to themselves and flicked it up with his instep. Straight into Saka's face.
I told you that's a good combination play.
Yeah, they've got a good understanding.
Absolutely.
Yeah. The good thing is they're both laughing. It's a good job they like each other.
Mosquera's header. Nwaneri looked like he was being pulled back. Does get the decision. Madueke. 10 goal involvements in the Premier League for Chelsea last season. Goes again for Mars Lewis Skelly's ball. This is neat play. Solano. Madueke with some good energy and industry to win it back and win the throw.
Yeah, nice little bit of combination play, wasn't it? Madueke on this left-hand side, couple of little give and goes. The final pass, which was meant to go into the box to Havertz, didn't quite get there, but you could see the intent, and the idea was there. It's good play.
A lot of positives to come out of this game for sure. And look, you know, it doesn't mean anything, but surely, Nigel, you played pre-season enough, and you want to win your last game going into the season starting, don't you?
Yeah, it's all about trying to tune up. You know, you've put a lot of work in pre-season. They wouldn't have eased off any of the training coming into this last game, so they're going to be a bit leggy. And then the build-up to next week is all about preparation.
Casaron just sort of easing Mars Lewis Skelly off the ball. Here is David Raya. White. Shadows lengthen as we move into the evening. Sanari wanted the ball back immediately, but Zubimendi was in the way. Flagger stayed down here. Unai Simon's out of position. This is Bukayo Saka. Maybe caught in two minds. Did he see the keeper backpedaling? Could he have taken a shot on a little earlier?
Well, my initial reaction was he was offside. That was my thought. But yeah, I think he just got caught as he got into the box in two minds, and he tried to cut back inside the defender. It was good defending, really. And the opportunity was gone.
Sanadi with a layoff. Now he cuts inside but runs into trouble. Camarino likewise. .90 about up. Penalty shootout still to come. That is full time. Arsenal playing the Emirates Cup for the 9th time. Mikel Arteta's team comfortably beating Athletic Club. Bukayo Saka with the second of the 3 goals scored against the La Liga outfit. Kai Havertz with a wonderful run, an individual goal made it 3 late on in the North London evening sunshine. Victor Gyökeres with a brilliant header opened the scoring. The Gunners too good for Athletic Club, who in truth offered little, and Arsenal, having been beaten by Villarreal in midweek, bounced back here to win against the side that finished above Villarreal in La Liga last term in the shape of Athletic Club. A good workout. I'm sure that Mikel Arteta would have seen an awful lot of positives here. Ben White, Jurian Timber, Gabriel all getting key minutes ahead of the season getting underway. An awful lot to like about Arsenal's performance. Full time here at the Emirates. Arsenal 3, Athletic Club 0. Arsenal win the Emirates Cup 2025. Plenty to dance about, it would appear, from the Emirates faithful who have enjoyed the day. Noni Madueke on as a substitute late on. Certainly a player that caught the eye, as many did in Arsenal red and white. There will be a shootout, as is the way these days in friendlies, organised, of course, by the coaches. Just want to get a little bit more practice in. Arsenal involved in a couple already this pre-season. Unfortunately, it's against Villarreal in midweek. So we're beaten by Milan on penalties out in Asia, in Singapore. And they win a shootout this summer to cap off what's been a solid afternoon display from those in red and white. Of course, it's a relatively new thing, the penalty shootout. Nigel, would you have enjoyed shootouts at the end of friendlies?
I don't think so, down with my reputation of penalties.
What have you made of Arsenal's performance today?
Yeah, listen, after the first goal, there was in no doubt who was going to win. I just feel that Arsenal were too strong for an Athletic Club. It's a good workout, as I said to you. I would imagine Arsenal have had a heavy workload this week, even with the 2 games. Now we've got to see the final tapering down, or the build-up and the tapering down to the important first game of the Premier League season. Should be exciting. Arsenal got a big squad, they've got a strong squad. They've just got to go out and prove that they are the best.
Runners-up in the Premier League last season, and the season before that, and the season before that, as we know. What will it take for Mikel Arteta and his coaching staff to just produce that little bit more, to turn a second into a first in the forthcoming season? For now, it's a shootout to finish the Emirates Cup, which we can enjoy here. There is no pressure on these players, but it is practice of sorts for something that may be required further down the line in more testing circumstances. It's going to be Athletic Club to kick off the shootout. Gorka Gurazeta to take the first penalty for Athletic Club here. And David Raya has been a hero in a shootout previously at that end of the pitch. He's Porto in the Champions League to take his place between the sticks. Gurazeta steps up, finds the corner, perfectly placed.
That was a good penalty. Raya was close. Let's just have a look. Oh, it was already past him, wasn't it? It was a good penalty. Chose the right way, the goalkeeper, but no chance of saving that.
Well, Mikel Merino missed on Wednesday night against Villarreal. He scored against Milan in Singapore. Can he push his penalty performance into the positive with a converted spot kick here? Yes is the answer.
That's a very good penalty. As they say, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. It's a good penalty, wasn't it? Top right-hand corner. Goalkeeper went the wrong way, but no goalkeeper in the world is saving that. Brilliant penalty.
Robert Navarro was an early substitute in this game because of an injury to Unai Gomez. Steps up to see if he can nudge Athletic Club in front. Navarro finds the top corner. It's coolly done.
What a penalty that is.
It's not so much the power, it's the placement, isn't it?
Well, it was the placement. He didn't really go with power. He just whipped it across into the right-hand side. Raya going the same way again, but no chance. Right in the top corner.
Havertz to take the next one. Not a penalty taker that we see too often here. Can he draw Arsenal level? Bit of a stuttered run-up. Sends the keeper the wrong way. Waits for the keeper to move, doesn't he?
Yeah, did the little shuffle on the spot. And just calmly walk forward, let the goalkeeper dive, Havertz, and then roll it into the other side.
Let's go for Athletic Club. 2 from 2 so far for the La Liga side. What about this one? Oh, I guessed the right way, but couldn't get there.
Oh, that's the third time that Raya has gone the right way, but the pace and the precision of the penalty was too good.
Well, Madueke missed a crucial spot kick against Villarreal in midweek, but he's broadening the shoulders and taking responsibility here. And Simon will try and deny Arsenal's summer catcher from across town.
Looks a bit nervous. Straight down the middle. Goalkeeper dive right. Madueke just waited, just chipped it down the middle. Good penalty.
It's an awful lot of players wait for the keepers to make a move these days before striking. Nico Serrano, late substitute.
So far, penalties have been very good.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter whether you got a goal in there or not. They're not saving any of the 6 penalties that we've seen so far.
Nico Serrano.
Oh,
It's the 100% record in this shootout going.
Raya goes the right way again, but same thing. Bit of pace on this one, right into the top court. Oh, that's a brilliant penalty. Actually hit that with instep, with pace. I would say that that was the best penalty so far. Brilliant penalty.
And smiles as he comes back. A little bit of pressure on, isn't it? Big crowd here. Can't quite replicate what it is in a real shootout. Arsenal lost the shootout against United earlier, late last season in the FA Cup. What about in the Emirates Cup here against Athletic Club? Nwaneri places. Straight one up, no, just a side step. Oh, and he's cleared the crossbar. Ethan.
I'm not sure if that clipped the crossbar or was just straight up and over. Maybe just clipped the top.
He was trying to dip down, wasn't he? But he didn't dip enough.
Yeah.
Manuel Sanade
Goes down, has missed the target. And here we go.
Sanade to make it 5 from 5 and to win the shootout for Athletic Club.
Oh, by his run-up, he's going for power, but I don't think he is.
Let's have a look. Oh, he's put it wide! Well, it was a positive run-up, but the big man misses the target. And Athletic Club failed to convert for the first time in the shootout. And we continue.
He looked uncomfortable. I mean, he's tall, he's a big chap, but he looks a little bit stiff. And he took such a long run-up for that penalty. Just scuffed it along the ground. I didn't feel as if, because I thought he was just going to go and blast it straight down the middle as hard as he could, but went with the side foot and just knocked it wide of the target. No.
Saka's got a score to keep it going. 2 from 3 last season. What about in the shootout here? Saka against Simon. Finds the corner. So 10 penalties taken, converted. And at 4-4, we go to sudden death. A few striding forwards here for Athletic Club, as we see Saka's spot kick sending it spinning into the corner.
Well, Leku had a difficult
He did
first, particularly first 30 minutes. Let's see if he's regained any composure for the penalty shootout.
Centre-half strides forward for Athletic Club. There is it.
Good penalty. Hit it with a bit of pace, straight down the middle, and actually hit 3/4 of the way up in the middle of the net.
Well, Saliba didn't take one against Milan, didn't take one against Villarreal. We know he can strike a ball. Seen Bournemouth goal the other season. But this to make it 5-5, to keep the shootout alive. Big Willie.
Brilliant.
There you go. You go on.
Need to get the lights on, it's going to be dark soon. Gonna have to fetch the subs off the bench to start taking the penalties in a minute.
Adama Barrow, substitute.
To be fair,
Defender.
if I remember rightly, apart from the last penalty where Athletic Club went straight down the middle, Raya's gone the right way, just can't get anywhere near them.
Yeah, he wasn't the best in shootouts, was he, last season in one or two that we saw, all from penalties. Here comes the defender. No, great save! Adama Barrow looked to try and sneak it into the corner, but David Raya threw himself across to the left-hand side and just pushed it away.
Look to have another look at that to see if actually that was going in. My initial reaction was it was going wide. No, it wasn't, as it was going in, but it wasn't a great penalty. But still a good save by Raya. Well, here we go.
Zubimendi to win it for Arsenal. Emirates Cup already.
Well, he certainly
been won.
showed great technique in the game.
Great assist for Gyökeres' goal. What about in the shootout? Martin Zubimendi delivers. And Arsenal claim the penalty shootout success to go along with the 3-0 90-minute scoreline. The Spanish international, who looks like he's adapting to life in England very, very quickly. Neat and tidy throughout the game. And a well-placed penalty kick to give the Gunners a shootout success. Just the one penalty missed from an Arsenal point of view. But Nwaneri's skied effort did not matter in the end, as the Gunners effectively come from behind in the shootout to secure success by 6 successful penalties to 5.
Well, there we have it. Arsenal win on penalties, and we won the match, and therefore we win the Emirates Cup. Jez, pretty much a perfect evening for us, Tim.
Yeah, I think it was a perfect evening. You're right. You know, played really well, won the game quite comfortably. So some great stuff, great bit of play. Gyökeres scoring and then winning the penalty shoot at the end as well. So yeah, couldn't be better.
Yeah. So the trophy presentation is coming up very shortly. I think they're just going to be preparing it, hopefully behind us, which you guys will be able to see. But before then, we might be getting a player joining us as well.
That'd be nice, yeah.
But we need to talk about the game. There are so many impressive performances. Who stood out the most for you?
I've been the most impressed with Zubimendi, to be honest. I think in midfield, in that position, he's been amazing defensively, but in possession as well. The way he picked his moment to play forward. I've kept watching him in second half after the great first half he's had, so I'm going to try to keep an eye on him and the way he kept, picking his moment to play forward, looking for the forward pass all the time. Yeah, I thought it was terrific today.
Yeah. And going into the second half as well, so we were 2-0 up, and as we said at half-time, we were like, more of the same intensity. And I think for the most part, we had that as well. And obviously, we got the third goal to cap it off.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think we've played the same way, kept putting pressure on them, kept pressing, kept playing forward, tried to hit them as quick as possible when we got the ball back. And Gyökeres could have scored the second one. He had another great header. But yeah, and then Havertz's goal was amazing. I didn't think he had that in the locker, that pace, ball over the top, and he just left them two defenders. And then the composure at the end to just put in the bottom corner, it was a great goal.
Yeah. And how encouraged as well were you to see when we did make those changes, two key players, we didn't drop our level?
No, we didn't at all. Yeah, we kept playing the same way. There've been quite a lot of rotation, a lot of players coming off, and we kept playing the same way. Players coming on were really impressive as well. Obviously, a week before the Premier League starts, you've got to impress the manager. You've got to do everything you can to get in that starting 11 next weekend. So yeah, no, I think all around, I can't point a finger on somebody that was maybe not himself today. I think every player just played their part. They all played really well, and yeah, it'll be a headache for Mikel for the picking of the starting 11 next week.
Yeah, no better headache to have.
That's what you want. That's what you want, and that's probably what he wants. As much as he'll disappoint some players that don't start, but that's what you want. You want to have everybody pushing, knocking on the door, wanting to start, and performing like they've done today.
Yeah, for sure. And I think over your screens, you should be now seeing the Arsenal guys lifting the trophy all together. We know it's not a major trophy, but it's a trophy nonetheless to start the season and just get the feeling of winning in, a game that matters.
Listen, winning, you keep winning. By winning, it's like winning games. You win a game, keeps the confidence for winning the next game, and the next game is a momentum. When you win a trophy, it doesn't matter, obviously, it's not a big trophy, but you win something, you celebrate something, you've got a bit of silverware, and then that'll give you the momentum and the desire to go and win the big ones, hopefully at the end of the season.
Yeah, for sure. And now going into next week, do you almost feel a bit more relaxed going into next week? Because as you were saying before the game, there was a bit of pressure that we needed a performance and we needed to get the win just to give ourselves a little bit of confidence. Now that we have that, is it almost like, okay, we are ready to go?
Football's a crazy game, and it's gone even crazier than when I played. Now, football is what happens today. What happened 2 weeks ago, people forget. It's what happens today. And fans in particular, from 1 week to the other, things are changing. And I'm sure everybody will go, and I'll be the first one going home tonight and thinking, yeah, I can't wait for next weekend now. I think we look good.
Yeah.
I think today we've shown the pace, the way we played, the goals we've scored. Everybody looks sharp, and yeah, it gives me a lot of confidence for next weekend.
Yeah, for sure. And I think the players are now doing effectively like a walk around the pitch to show off the trophy, celebrate the fans as well, because as we noticed before the game, it's a slightly younger crowd. It's nice because it's pre-season. There are a lot of families here. There might be families and kids having their first ever exposure to Arsenal, and to have a day like this where where they lift the trophy and they're all together getting ready for the Premier League season, it must be so nice.
It is nice. You get a lot of people been waiting for Arsenal to start again, for the Premier League to start. It's a long kind of break without football, so even if it's only the Emirates Cup, you're just happy to be back at the stadium, happy to see a good performance, nice, good free goals, winning a penalty shootout, and now lifting trophy, having the players coming round. I think it was a great afternoon, and it gives everybody hope for a great season.
Yeah, for sure. And going into next week as well, would you be satisfied, would you be happy even if we kept this exact starting 11 for next week?
100%. I think from kick-off, you saw players' desire, you saw playing on the front foot, you saw a lot of really quality stuff. So yeah, I probably will be very happy to see the first starting 11, even if, as I said, the player who came on just showed as well their quality and be knocking on the door this week. So you know, Mikel's got choices to make, good choices to make, and then you know, hopefully we'll go to Old Trafford and get a good performance there, man.
Well, that's the thing. So, guys, very shortly we're going to be joined by a very special player, and I think all of you guys at home, wherever you're watching it from, are going to be very happy to see this player join us. Very quickly, though, before he does join, I'm not going to reveal who it is yet. I mean, do you think going to Old Trafford next week, Gyökeres, Zubimendi making their Premier League starts, it's a tough place to go?
It is a tough place to go, don't get me wrong. Listen, it's going to be an atmosphere. It's the first game of the season. Man United have been quite poor the last few seasons now. They'll want to start, you know, on the front foot as well and start with a good performance. So it will be a tough game. But after what I've seen today, I'm optimistic and really confident.
Yeah, for sure. See, lots of cheers. You see, the cheers aren't for us. The cheers are because all the Arsenal guys are coming over and saying hello to the fans. And I think now it is time to be joined by our very special guest. It's the one and only Miles Lewis Skelly. Miles, good to see you again, brother. How are you? You okay?
Come here.
Start off. We're just looking into our eyes, into the camera, wherever you feel comfortable. Firstly, well played, mate. How good was that to just get a nice win before the start of the season next week?
Yeah, it was so important. We had a talk before the game saying we need to, make a statement today, and I think we did that. And yeah, credit to the boys, they were top today, and yeah, we executed the game plan, which was good as well.
I wanted to ask you, how have you felt this pre-season? How it's been for you, and how fit and ready you are for the Premier League?
Yeah, I feel like I'm in the best shape I've ever been in. My first full pre-season with the team, so it makes a big help for me. And yeah, I feel in a good shape, and like with the boys as well, we're in a good position at the moment, and yeah, we're ready to start off strong.
Sure. And also, last one before letting you go, because I know you're a busy man, you want to celebrate as well. We saw the video of you doing the old Gyökeres celebration, and now that he's here, and you see that in real life, you see him scoring a header like that. How exciting is it to welcome all of these new players?
Yeah, it's so exciting, man. I feel like the boys have been welcoming them so well. Yeah, and just to keep adding quality, and it's going to help us squad out. So yeah, credit to them. They started off well, and yeah, let's hope they continue.
Miles, thank you so much. Well played today, mate. Thank you. See you, Miles. What a guy. What a guy. Legend. Oh, Miles, we love Miles.
Do you know what? I actually didn't realise that he's just said it was his first full pre-season with the team, with the boys. I didn't realise that.
Yeah.
He came quite later, didn't he, last year? And you just feel like he's been playing forever. It's crazy. But yeah, no, it was... it was his first pre-season.
But as he said there as well, it's like with the new players, they're bedding in well, everyone's feeling confident, everyone's feeling fit. It must be, because when the fixture list comes out and you see Old Trafford first, we've got a very tough start to the season. A day like today where new players play very well, Gyökeres gets on the score sheet, Havertz gets on the score sheet as well. The spirits must be high going into next week, knowing we can get a really good result and get off to the perfect start.
Yeah, of course. I think every players will feel confident. And I think another good thing for me is the more quality player you see coming through the doors, you start thinking, well, I'm going to up my game here. I need to work harder. I need to be even better than I was because these guys come in to take my place. And that can only be positive for the club, for the team to just keep pushing each other, to just lift up the level and get even better than we were last year, because the next step is winning that Premier League and lifting that trophy at the end of the season. So we haven't done it. We've been very close the last few seasons. There's obviously something missing, and hopefully this season it'll be there.
And it's also not just the Premier League as well. We're going to be fighting on all four fronts, hopefully. And
well, we've got the squad for it, We definitely got the quality and the depth in the squad to play on every trophy possible, yeah.
Well, that's amazing. I mean, like, now that it's all kind of calmed down a little bit, it makes you realise how good the atmosphere was here during the game. It was such a buzz.
Yeah, to be fair, before coming in, I was thinking, is it going to be full up? Is it going to be a great atmosphere? Because friendly games, sometimes you never know. But I was very impressed with the turnout today. Full stadium and people cheering and really supporting and getting ready for that new season, man.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, it's a long way from Austria, isn't it? It might.
Well,
I mean, did
listen,
you get
don't cuss Austria. It was a great time, man. It was brilliant. I loved it. I wish I could go back there, man. But listen, this is different, man. You've got you know, publicity and all stuff, and you go all around the world to play, which, you know, I would have loved it at my time, but, you know, I was born too early.
Born too early. But hey, you're here now with me. We had a great time watching the Arsenal win the Emirates Cup, and now we're all ready for the Premier League season, starting next week away at Old Trafford. So, Jez, appreciate it so much.
Thank you.
I'm sure I'll be seeing you around this season.
Definitely, I'll be there every game, mate. I can't wait.
And hopefully all of you guys at home as well, you're going to be with us every week of the season as well. So until then, we'll see you next time.